top. This is where it's going to be interesting. As you can see, No Tail already has 2 sentries to start to the one that 33 has. And while we're talking about that, in the bot lane, PBD strikes and they find a kill on the Seb. All right, too busy dissecting the lane to see that, and I just see a camera shaking back and forth from my co-caster. You're right there, Alex?
Yes, something is going on here because I'm getting a trailing cursor. Because I was spectating another game, or we? Oh my goodness.
I'm unsure. Like you could. I think you can close though and come back in and reconnect.
Yeah. Okay. Just sorry about this, guys. Keep going.
All right. So yeah, this top lane's gonna be interesting because that double sentry, and if No Tail gets control with the ball, he can harass the rest of these guys out pretty well. All Sax can do is reduce the harassment they take with Fade Bolt, but I just feel like Beastmaster's going to have the advantage in these brawls. You can already see him actually just encircling Saxa. Trading, folks. Yeah, and that's not a good Fade Bolt for him because now you don't stop Anti-Mage from farming necessarily. The Caustic Finale will keep him back a little bit because you took that level 1. You're just going to shove the lane towards the Anti-Mage so you can farm. Yeah, you can already see it, even on up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, slightly building for tops and actually pressured Fada pretty well. It looks like he got stuck in the creep wave aggressive here. And that should be on Topson. I don't think he would have had the Torrent originally. No, Fada just, I think he was trying to get low HP with the bonus spears. So he can have that attack speed. You know, that's a double-edged sword. If you aren't careful, you get a few points of Tidebringer, you can easily be ran through by this Kunkka. As we said, now without that magic damage on your passive, suddenly it's not just the Tidebringer you have to play around against this Kunkka. The tail getting low. Can he get the deny? He's going to try, but the Fade Bolt's going to be there as Saxa finds a kill. Punishes No Tail's aggression. This is kind of the crux, actually. It's like, while you can aggress pretty well as the Beastmaster, it's not often you're going to be in a 2-on-2 as Anti-Mage will try and farm. But if you can separate them like this, you see again, you can easily pressure Saxa. He's got the lift coming off cooldown. He's got to use it here. Actually being slowed. The Ghost even joining in.
All right, excellent. Looks like my Dota is finally fixed.
Fantastic.
Oh, NIP off to a hell of a start here as Saxa getting chased down a bit in the top lane.
Now they have found 2 kills. They found 1 bot at the rune. So Sep has died so far, and they did strike against No Tail. I was just saying that this is one of the big issues. Like when you run this Anti-Mage, you need to create space for him. And Beastmaster's a very good hero at this, but you can harass, you can't really kill.
Awfully low here in the mid lane against the Kunkka, Topson Kunkka.
Oh, he's going to go for the Tidebringer? No, he didn't actually wait for it. Topson wasn't sure he'd actually be in range anymore as Fada did backstep enough.
Boy, but he has absolutely no fear here, playing behind the tier 1 tower.
He's being pretty risky here. He has got a TP to escape if need be. Got his way in. This is a different approach to trying to kill Huskar, folks, is hiding behind his tier 1 tower. You can already see, like, he's just trying to strike out that torrent. Like, if you do that, you can
in the
get him so low.
process, I mean, look at the CS differential. It's only growing. I like the aggression here by Topson. Farming the Radiant side neutral camp. Okay, this is something I have not seen before. As Sevier is under threat in the bottom lane, may go down.
Oh, they get him. The poison touch overwhelms him. They're seemingly just punishing the fact that right now, Jerax has no way to offset this aggression. Still no points into the blinding light. He'll finally get one.
Boy, I wondered what was going to happen in this Kunkka versus Huskar matchup, but the other 2 lanes are certainly this bottom lane going really well for NIP. Now the AM is farming top, but they're not pressuring No Tail as he's able to get his pulls off uncontested.
Well, you say they're not pressuring him. They have killed him once, but yes, they aren't really interrupting this too much. They came over once, and this is kind of the issue each time, as I've been saying. It's like Anti-Mage doesn't often want to come and fight you. He has to keep his eyes on the creep wave all times.
Yeah, you are going to see a renewed emphasis in pulling in this patch.
No, that's pretty strong.
Changes to the jungle.
Especially around the bot lane, where you have so many means. You can pull through to the small camp across. You can go through these trees here on both sides. It's very open. And Jerax, he's very open to the idea of dying here as he tanks a creep wave and the poison touch alongside it.
Wow, I mean, this Kunkka just has not come back to lane. I mean, he's furiously farming away in the jungle, but Huskar is completely uncontested. And remember, those denies give him extra gold. His Trud's armlet timing is going to be sick.
This is kind of what you see from the new passive, right, is like every time the whole concept of Kunkka is attrition, right? You will them down, but you can never do that.
Sub down here getting low again from that poison touch.
Ace in return, though. The sticky napalm stacking up. They don't want to chase through. They're a little bit reluctant of the reset that could come out from PPD, who's now moving across to get the runes, and he picks it up. Jarek's unable to get it. It's going to be 3 runes going the way of NIP as No-Tail at least secures 1 for his team.
I mean, this game is just getting out of control for NIP. Thompson walked all the way back to the fountain to regen, TP'd back just to kill 1 creep above his own shrine. I mean, he just can't stand in this lane at all. They have really no rotational threat at this point because of the way that the other lanes are going.
And also, we were talking about the threat he potentially has at 6 with that boat combo, but you actually look at it right now. Huskar's got 2 braces and the raindrops. He's unapproachable completely for this.
And what you're seeing top here is a direct consequence, like NIP.
What you see in bot though.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Seb. Once again, they just respond. Jerax, he might be going down here now. Gonna be able to move away quick enough, and Seb barely escaping.
Now, but this is the big difference, right? NIP can dive towers with complete impunity because of the way that the other lanes are going. DD Coddle, sorry, it's not gonna do much, but like OG really can't respond to these rotations in the same way that NIP can. I mean, No-Tail is gonna try to do something here mid, but
I'm thinking about it, but how do you approach this once again? So much magic resistance.
He's got 6 and 1 creep. That's the big deal, right? He's going to try and set up the combo, but Peter's already in position. He just got a point in grave.
Yeah, he's already prepped for this. Of course, we don't typically see this at level 4, but when you got a Huskar on your team, a man that likes to go sometimes a little too far, gotta play it safe just in case he needs that hard reset. Still going top so far. Animage is still farming, does have an XP advantage here, but this is all eyes on Sparta.
This is almost a 3k gold lead at 7 minutes. It just ticked back down to 2k from 3k. I mean, this is just absolute disaster from OG. I mean, NIP can take this mid tier 1 tower.
Pretty uncontested. You can already see No-Tail even getting to the jungle a little bit. They're identifying they need everyone farming because no one's farming lanes. You got to try and get more value across the team versus flooding it into one person. No-Tail's been found here. Farda's going to chase across with a life break. Beastmaster, well, he's very gone.
Yeah, that shrine's down.
Him on the mid. They try to make a move. They can't find anyone here to support. So they say, protect us, Daddy Farda. The Huskar is big and scary at this point. Seb, this is not the move right now. Poison touch on him with a burn spit as well.
Top here too, potentially. Oh my
No,
gosh.
He'll back away, but Seb looking to go back in here. And there's a life break. Whoa, okay. PC actually froze for a moment there. Farda still standing his ground though. A lot of heroes here unable to deal with him. And he actually bursts through him, gonna get him low. He's gonna try and turn around life break. He won't get the kill, but they get a big one. 30 seconds on the sideline. And, well, the king of fighting is dead.
Yeah, they need that. They needed that so badly. I thought Huskar with that 40 to 50 HP regen from the multiple bracers was going to be, and the treads was going to be able to live through that. But OG bringing 4 heroes, just enough burst damage. Hobson rotate. I'm sorry, Pycat rotating down to the bottom lane here.
All right, I identified our problem. Good old Steam in the background has started downloads. Folks, that should fix all the issues. We're good to go now.
Gosh.
I turn that off every time, and every time Steam updates. I mean, no, Valve products, perfect. Guys, it's all good. Chonking issues resolved. We're here.
Huge
minor qualifiers
for OG though, because not only are they able to get a kill on that Huskar, but they saved their own tower, and their tier 1 mid tower is still 60% health.
I'm not sure I can save Jerax, so the blind of light timing ace jumps just afterwards. Jerax trying to run away, but they'll find him. Seb, he knows they're here, but he has no backup to try and approach this.
It's fine though. Honestly, at this point for OG, you're trying to stop the bleeding, and giving up a coddle kill is like, it's one of the best things that could happen in terms of what you're giving up to NIP.
You just shrug, go, it could be worse, and it very much could. It's all about making sure Animage doesn't die at this point.
Yeah, well, not only Animage doesn't die, but make sure Animage isn't playing on like 30% of the map by the time he's got his Battle Fury online. They're protecting their towers, which is really the key at this point for OG.
Absolutely. You can actually just see them managing to pressure Animage just with a +5 alone as PPD is down here. They're going to ping.
Power of Dazzle right now.
They want to punish it. There's a wraparound from Seb, but he's still not level 6. And PBD read this perfectly because they had a ward in the river.
Here comes Big Daddy Husker, though, bottom, with Rubik also smoked up. This is AM just
No, a little bit of trouble for him. He's come up cooldown soon. The life break across. And it looks like Pykat's going to go down. The Mana Void does nothing. PBD going to keep on running. Shallow Grave to protect. And Seb's in a lot of trouble here. He already used the Flame Break. He won't be able to get the kill. And far to get close enough to the life break. It's coming off cooldown now. He is just out of range.
Oh, but Seb, I don't know. Turning around might have cost him there. But yeah, good awareness there from Seb.
And then just a little cherry on top.
I mean, that's like Christmas, though. When your Husker smoked up with a Rubik next to you, and the AM just blinks into the both of you. That's just, hello.
3 kills for the Husker, and as a result of those 2 kills, NIP now up to a 5k net worth lead. Make that 6 as it just strikes through. And this time they should be coming for the mid tower. They didn't really have to wait. But do they want to go bot instead? They found a target here. The drag back, Dazzle in trouble, will go down. Saxa cannot protect his fellow support.
Yeah, and you get the AM in on that kill. Just anything that contributes to his progression right now is so key for OG. You're going to give up this top tier 1 tower. That's not necessarily bad.
Meanwhile, Thompson's doing a decent job of recovering the jungle. He's actually the wealthiest member of the OG lineup. With the triple bracer build. Kind of weird watching Kunkka's not build phase anymore because it changed.
You can afford to give up one of this top triangle of towers as dire at this point, especially the way the game is going. You're probably going to have to at least mount a token defense of this next one, though. Yeah,
you can already see the tier 1 mid. 33 zones them out from behind.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the point where NIP will just start to flip across the map, tower after tower until they got the arm up. And at that stage, then they can just look towards Roche.
And I like 33 going the Tranquils and the 3 bracers before his blink in this game. His team is so far ahead that he can just passively zone people out by standing there. And that tank ability just makes it so they don't really want to go on him with this Kunkka combo or any other tools they have available. I mean, if Batrider grabs him with 3 bracers and Tranquil, it's just like, okay, that's fine.
Absolutely, he's pretty tanky the stage. Mattresses
the roar
element,
used
especially
down here onto Dazzle. It's not
can they do it though?
Damage though necessarily.
Lasso's coming off cooldown soon, but the Shallow Grave is out. PPD just buying a little bit of time before he goes down, but as a result of that, they'll be able to get a kill over to Animage. They will not find the bonus kill into the Rubik though. He does manage to back away in time. This should set up for a push on the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, right, you use the roar, but that's your 5 position Beastmaster. You're still holding on to your lasso on the 3 position Batrider.
He did indeed manage to save it. He'll back away. He's not shown on the map, so they might be a little bit reluctant to defend this, but Saxa alone can slow things down with the Fade Bolts. They need to make a move somewhere, and this might be the one if Ace hangs around, but so far, well, NIP, they've been reading the map movements perfect.
Yeah. Just something really quick to point out. All of the best pro Batriders play in vision less than 50% of the time. That's something you can watch your own replays and try and pick apart. If you're showing needlessly as Batrider, you're really crippling the potential of your own hero. OG might try and mount a defense here in their own jungle. They can't cede total control of this area of the map. They know that they have to do something to try and pressure Nip before they can take this top tier 2. Although it's so hard with where the game is right now.
It really is. It's interesting you bring up that off-map threat. Is like you have got this Kunkka who's never showing, and this is not OG going, the threat will keep them at bay. This is just him farming, and they know it. This is why NIP is playing so freely. Is they move and weave in and out of OG's jungle, and there's no price ever paid for it.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the price of having an anti-mage more than anything. Is if you don't come out of the lanes ahead, he kind of becomes a burden, and you're just waiting until he finally can do something.
All right, interesting 3-hero rotation by OG bottom. Maybe going to pick off Saxa and try and get a little bit of a combo here with their taking of the bottom tier 1 tower.
Nope. He gets away with a stolen blink. They didn't want to commit a boat for a Rubik kill, and as a result, they will get no kills.
Yeah, and they might, and as a result, Seb might be going down here top to the epicenter combo.
Oh, they're going to look from here, but there's Ignis Fast coming up. Jarek's nice placement there. Blinding Light pushes 33 back in. Meanwhile, Seb, though, it's too late. He just ticks out to the burns.
Radiant's bottom
All the
tower
while, poor little Kunkka just being teased in the river as he's trying to get his hands on a DD that it was to never be.
is under attack.
And that pickoff of Seb just seals the fate of this top tier 1 tower. And Animage now, even with the Battle Fury coming online and 1,000 gold or so,
Dire's top tower is falling.
he's going to be hurting.
Indeed, he's going to probably need another 2 minutes at least at this rate. It's not going to be a quick Battle Fury timing, and by the time you do have it up, you're probably going to lose another tower. And I wouldn't be surprised, actually, with the armlet now up on Fada, if they look towards Roche soon on the side of NIP.
I had some question coming into this game. I wasn't sure with the reworks to Husker whether he would win the lane against Kunkka quite as hard in this patch, but if anything, it might even be a little harder. I mean, that mid lane has completely defined this game.
Well, it's like I was saying, it's the attritional factor, right? It's like you always, as a Kunkka, the whole idea is I will eventually force them out because of Tidebringer. But especially early on, you can't keep consistent pressure up because of the large cooldown that Tidebringer has.
Radiant's
Well,
middle
and just
tower
with
is under
OG,
attack.
I mean, this OG team is obviously really, really good, even without Ana. I mean, they won TI, but the question is going to be with Ana's departure is can they still win games when the enemy team shuts down Topson? Now, this game is not necessarily a referendum on that because obviously Topson just got completely taken out of the game, but it is still a question from them going forward. Are they going to have that huge secondary playmaker in Pycat or one of the other players stepping up?
I do at least have a big iron that might help with this. Thompson has finished up the Heaven's Halberd now.
Yeah, you absolutely have to have that against the Tusker.
At the same time, will you have a secondary builder? Because there is a PA to worry about as well. Now, Phantom Assassin, well, on the way in now. That Desolator is coming.
Fada is seriously thinking about just taking this roach by himself.
He can. If he needs the help of Ace, Ace can come across now. He's got the Desolator. It would speed things up.
OG has a good inkling this is going on, though, and Fada's going to be pretty low on health if they initiate soon. That passive.
Right, he's going to heal up.
That's a
Plus having a Dazzle. They actually have to find the Dazzle pick off first. I don't think they burst the Huskar quick enough.
yeah. Oh, there's no doubt.
Seb still feeling dirt poor here. Pretty deep, in fact. Not able to make a quick play either from this type of location because he doesn't have that Blink Dagger. And he's nowhere near it.
And you have to tank up a little bit as Seb, so you can't criticize him for building some of these other items before Blink, but NIP smoke up
On the move.
whiffs though, so I think they're just going to settle for a push.
They might still look for a kill. They invade this jungle, and actually, you can see they got wars down. They see it. See everything happening here.
It's been too long though. OG's.
It's more that Thompson's too hard to kill. Like, look at him right now, 3.2k. That's a pretty big chunk of meat to try and just gnaw into. Although these ones might be a little bit more squishy. No tails up here. Seb has been off map for a long time now. As we said, as he should be.
I'm a little bit. I'm just surprised that NIP didn't transition out of that move a little quicker. It seemed pretty clear that OG read it.
Going on Kunkka here.
That said,
They'll just go for the TP away as they had to actually initiate with the lift.
and that was your point about Kunkka being so beefy. I mean, he was at 60% health there still.
He barely felt the life break. Of course, that magic resistance adding up pretty nicely from the triple bracer build.
Oh yeah, and he's already got his overaxe toward his BKB. So Topson, he's staying in the game here. He's the most farmed hero on the map.
Oh, as they stay in the game, I mean, to come back like this
Look
and
at
be the
this
most
kid.
farmed hero. It's insane.
I mean, that's actually ridiculous. OG in the process of evading a lot of these NIP moves, I mean, the AM is still farming. He's got his Battle Fury up and making progress toward that Manta style. Hey, OG has done a damn good job of recovering here.
Like, they've got gold, they've got XP. I mean, we were worried, and quite rightly so. You went ahead and surrendered the lane.
We still are. Let's make that clear, okay? They are not out of the woods yet, but OG have I really love what they've done in the last few minutes just to give themselves a chance in this game.
Big difference we see between these tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I hate using the term tiers, but these top teams in Dota versus these upcoming teams is knowing when to cut your losses. And it's really paid off for OG there. And now the boat coming in with Enid Banner. The combo is good. It gets found. They'll be able to find him. Shallow Grave actually has to go out here now. Stunned up. Huskar. Roach joins in as well. Banner a little bit trouble. Primal Roll comes out. They don't have a Shallow Grave anymore. Can they get him? The disarm's going to be there. Lasso, drags in Dazzle. Now moving across the light break. Disarm though. Banner can't attack. BBD is going to go down. And it looks like Banner's in a little bit of trouble. Going to move across. Fire Strike through. They need to fast tap the fight to get him. They interrupt the Roach perfectly. OG. The combination play in the pit.
I am sitting here and my jaw is on the floor. That was absolutely the perfectly timed initiation there by OG, catching 3 men in the pit in the torrent. Nicely placed Coddle ult in the middle of it all going off, extending that AoE stun. Man, oh man, even Seb coming in with the Bat Rider, lassoing the Dazzle back into the pit. OG just did everything right in that fight, and they now are on nearly even footing in this game.
They are.
NIP gonna come and try and get the revenge here.
Yeah, but Focus is going to be dragged back. They're trying to get in the pit on the backside. Ace does pick off Seb. The boat coming in again on a 33. He has no mana left though, and held in the spot. Top's going to try and run him down. Shallow Grave is there. Disarm comes out on Ace. They now have to do Shallow Grave for him. He's in trouble. Going to try and move away on the nose tail, but he's still arranging this on the back foot. 33 gets found. His mic actually go pop. Can they do anything? They lose both the support and the off-lane Bat Rider. Tops in the side needs to TP out, but they found him. 33 buyback pays off.
Disarmed by the inner fire there as Huskar engages back into that fight. Daddy's home.
And that is the difference here. Despite OG's recovering, how well they're doing, the one crux is your anti-mage can only contribute so much in these fights still.
Well, but look, the Aegis advantage is significant. But look at the net worth lead, less than 1K. AM has his Battle Fury, a pretty darn, making good progress toward his Manta. You still have to feel like that sequence is a net win if you're OG. Now, the question is still going to be surviving the next couple of fights, but NIP are satisfied, at least for now, to fall back and farm.
Absolutely, and when you come to that next Roche engagement, well, that time around, there'll be a huge boon for OG because next time they'll have the Vlads ready on No Tail. You'll have another big item on this anti-mage so you can finally start fighting. And then Kunkka will have a completed BKB, and it will matter.
Yeah, and on the other side, too, when you talk about the farming progression of OG, where their 2 cores are still making excellent progression. They're the 2 most farm heroes in the game. The Ace PA, because of all the plays that Nip was trying to run on the dire side of the map, he's not that farmed. He's still quite a distance from that BKB, that Deso BKB that PAs can make such a difference with, an OG anticipating this rotation from NIP as well.
And the other difference is, of course, when you are amplifying your physical damage, this BKB pickup from Ace, it's like you need it, but you're not dealing with the real problem in the next few minutes. And actually, right now, they can't deal with any problems. They can't find anything at all as they try and look for a pick-off there.
Yeah, that Beastmaster, just enough movement speed there, and NIP doesn't have quite enough information on where the rest of the OG heroes are.
They can at least move into this tier 1 though, and OG unlikely to invest in a defense as this is a pretty worthless tower. I say worthless, it's got some gold in it, but other than that, like strategic value, not really there. They do force 33 away as they notice in the mid lane, the tier 1 will be denied. But that opens up the map a little more for anti-mage to aggressively farm like this.
Exactly, and it's just in so many of these games, I'm gonna get used to it eventually, but this 20% neutral gold buff change, it's very significant. It just, as the team that's behind, it just gives you, as the team that's ahead rather, it just gives you that much less time to be making these moves on the enemy side of the map if you're not finding the kills and turning them into objectives. Flash farming heroes like AM and Kunkka are going to catch up that much faster. The dire scan does hit, so they spot out NIP making a move on this bottom tier 2 tower.
Garrett though is in a little bit of trouble. The crit comes out. Barely alive. The Blood and Light already used, and he'll be ran down by the Dazzle. If only it had been a crit. Anything but a crit.
AM is looking to get himself a trade here on the Radiant tier 2 top.
He is, and he's already going to get a head start as the creep wave isn't here for NIP yet. The glyph does come out first from the Radiant side. Look at this, Bat Rider's stationed here, and anti-mage could keep pushing if he wants to, but they're reluctant.
No, I think discretion's a better part of Valor right there, and an AM kill still really does set you back quite a bit. But as they get vision of all of the NIP heroes pushing this tier 2, they are going to take the trade.
One of the huge values.
Kill the tower first.
That's one of the huge values though of the Beastmaster pick, of course. Those Hawks just gives you full vision on what's going on around these fights. And that's being the Beastmaster. He's jumped on here, no tail. A little bit of trouble as Ace just runs him down.
That's worth, except for the fact that, yeah, No Tail's immediately going to buy back, understanding that NIP can easily.
33.
Push.
Almost got his hands on Jarek there. Cole will be able to force stuff away in time. 33 pretty deep. The Sandstorm Thompson arriving now. Now you need to be a little bit careful. Ace doesn't have his BKB still. Torrent does get mistimed with the X, so they'll just back off here on the side of NIP. Nothing forcing them to commit. It's back in their base. Animate's going in. Ruben's been found. Mana Boy's been used to give me low. Saxon Wood's finished up. And Pikeout will move away as they try and force people back. They don't. They hang around. Thompson and the BKB coming through. Epicenter's complete flop from 33 and stuck here, staring into the Will-O-Wisp. The Primal Roar is there as well. Can they do enough damage on 33 is the question. Torrent control on the Phantom Assassin's good. Down to half HP, but they have the Shallow Grave. Do they want to commit? Thompson wants to go in. Disarms there. Line of light to make sure that you definitely can't attack anyone. Murray strike 33. He's in trouble. They see him with a sentry. Ace running away from Pikeout on the back foot. Zanking in trouble here. He hasn't got any spells. He will with the blink away. They move forward. Seb still chasing here. On the other side, though, Ace trying to fight back with a Shallow Grave. He's gone. No way he fights up against that. It's not like he has life steal. Back in the base, 33. He buys some time, but he doesn't buy it in a way that allows any of his cores to escape.
God, they need this BKB on the Ace PA in the worst possible way. You gotta wonder whether or not they should have tried to break off there, go back and farm. OG were very good at they showed just a little bit of hesitation there on the disengage, and OG just pounced. But man, the BKB on PA makes that a completely different fight. If they have that, I think Ace just rolls and kills everybody.
And I really want to actually commend Thompson's aim build. Like, we seem to be in Thompson train now, like your fanboys, whatever. Right? He done the right move in the Arc Warden game. He's doing a fantastic move here because we see so many of these big crit kunkers. Instead, disarm, BKB, and then the AT. You're just giving auras and buffs to other people. Huskar, uh-oh. He's in a little bit of trouble. Disarm's going to come out of the two. No Tail gets found as Ace does respawn. And Seb will walk away.
Yeah. No Tail being the sacrificial boar here. That's absolutely fine if they can get away with just that kill. Thompson in a little bit of a bad position here.
He has the BKB, and there we go. Go for TP. The blind light covers his escape.
They can do nothing about that.
And they won't even get the DD in the river. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the push continues as Pikeout finds another tower.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I mean, look at the economy advantage on the side of OG. They have played themselves back into a lead in this game. They're able to pressure towers on the other side of the map. You know, this NIP lineup's still very strong, but the delay in this PA BKB, she's still not entirely there.
And there's a huge ramp up now, and Pikeout's split push as well, by the way. He just reached 20. He's got the blink cooldown. Just look at how quickly he flash farms. It's just getting absurd. I don't know how you're going to keep up with him. The NIP, they're on the clock now.
Oh, they absolutely are, and have been for a while. And there's got to be the sense of urgency on that side where I think Ace has to buy out for his BKB, and they really have to force the issue here. No. Okay, now that said, you're going to have a window to contest this next Roshan.
That's the thing. Actually, like, OG can fight you here. That's the thing, though. Like, this Roche, compared to the last one, OG took a great fight, but they were always weaker at that Roche engagement after the initial burst.
Ace
this time
just bought out for his BKB, though, and I still think they are, despite the net worth advantage going on in OG's favor, I still think they are very, very strong here on the side of NIP.
Oh, absolutely. FPA, one of the biggest mid-game spikes.
Though, tops, oh my lord, Pikeout with his butterfly already. He's even, 17, of course, 17k net worth. He's even 18k. He's even a little bit ahead of where I thought he would be.
And going for the BKB next. Make sure he can't get disarmed or stunned up. Not bad choice here. Afterwards, maybe into the Abyssal. Or you could go for the heart.
Their window is absolutely from now until AM finishes BKB. If he finishes that, like, you have nothing on the side of NIP that deals with the BKB. Absolutely nothing. We saw that with Kunkka.
You might get a chance to try and fight them before they get that BKB, because OG are looking for a fight now. The last two comes in, Huskar dragged in, the ball ready to play BKB out from Ace. He will shred through no tail. Now the disarm on the Thompson will use his own BKB. He'll go for the TP away. They accept that that's a lost cause, and Seb, though they found him, he can't get up the high ground. The lift holds him in place for so long as he gets ran down, and they did even steal the X, which means they can snowball and find additional kills.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I was saying. I don't know whether whether OG wasn't quite sure, because that was technically the BKB reveal, although you have to wonder whether just they would understand based on the timing that he'd have it by then. But this PA with Deso and BKB can fight against other core heroes that are much more farmed at this point in the game.
Absolutely. The good news for OG, of course, is they didn't lose the big two, the anti-mage or the Kunkka. Both able to escape alive. But not what OG was looking for.
But this buys NIP enough time definitively where, okay, the dire scan hits, so they are going to know that Peter's in this area of the map. It's not that significant right now, though. I think NIP has now more than enough time to wait until the next Roche. If they get the Aegis and Cheese there, they still have a window where they can go in and win the game. If they don't do some serious damage to the dire base in this next Roche cycle, though, I think OG's got this.
And it's frustration for NIP because they keep trying to get control of these waves, but between the anti-mage and the Keeper of the Light, everything is always pushing in.
No, I mean, if you watch the some of the NA playoffs last night, I mean, Ritsu was doing just a masterful job on an anti-mage, completely controlling the map by cutting waves in 2 and even 3 lanes at the same time. And that kind of play, you know, it makes this hero just a presence in more than just flash farming.
We already see the Hawks prepped by OG in the pit. This anti-mage continues to farm. We'll get rid of this shrine, which is going to be important because Roche is up in 15 seconds.
Radiant's top shrine.
They're going to know exactly when it is. NIP will get an inclination eventually, but the question is, how quickly can this anti-mage melt through Roche?
Yeah, and it's a nice. Remember now that with the change, the AC aura is no longer. It is canceled. Sorry, by BKB.
Is indeed, but you have an anti-mage.
To worry about his armor when his BKB's up.
Oh, they caught out. Thompson is now right. Can they do enough though? The primal roar out into the PA in time. BKB from Thompson, both coming in. Will stun up. The Kunkka trying to move away. Can he actually get in? Lasso drags back onto the PA. The BKBs ran out, but they're in full retreat. They can't do anything here. They're going to leave Kunkka behind, or are they? Forced off, trying to get him away. Torrent disarm comes out. Thompson is far too tanky here.
I mean, they're just tickling him at this point.
It's the boat bump. He actually needs a TP away to the poison touch. It's going to be close. He'll be fine, but barely. Now they need to retreat on the side of NIP. Boat's on cooldown, but it's not a big cooldown. It's up in 10 seconds now. And the drums come out. They're in full retreat. Because the side of OG want to go again. Disarm down to Fada. There's the life break across on Jarek, but now he's blinded as well. Mana Void using the back foot. Epicenter being charged off. Animation in trouble. Pycap does blink away. He's got the blink coming off cooldown soon, but he has no mana to work with. They burn him out. And the Mana Void used against him does almost kill him off, but he will be able to blink away. As the Chakra magic is there from Jarax. Heals. They're going to find Seb again. Sacrificial lamb, usually. He's got the gem. He can't afford to give this up. Forced up to try and escape, but he can't. The lift, the Burst Strike, it's all there. And now...
No buyback. That gives up Roche. Oh, gosh. Do they realize that Seb has no buyback?
They quite possibly should. And it'll be very obvious the moment they go into that pit. The problem is they risk getting jumped through a boat, shall we say. Oh, Ace with the BKB. That's a pretty early one as well. The primer roar. It's completely wasted BKB charge. Disarm coming out. Light break across. Jarek, the blind light timed pretty nicely, but they can still run him down when they eventually stop missing. Moving through 33. Sees no tail. Fire strike connects. No one's close enough though. 33 needs to be careful here actually because the rotation Pycat wants to go in. The sandstorm's down. They don't have detection for this.
Yeah, they did force the TP by Fada.
Oh, there it is.
Lane.
33, they get him.
Outmaneuvered.
As you say, they see Fada bot and Pycat strikes right away. And look at this move. He goes straight to the Roche Bear.
This is really good by Thompson if they manage to get this because he TP'd out what looked like a little bit early. They thought I think Nip thought that he was going to continue to push all the way to the steps of the dire base. Fada TPing back in anticipation of that, but Thompson was already gone. He's able to rotate into that move in the dire jungle, and they're going to put serious pressure on the Roche, but it is down
so quickly. And I'm going to give so much credit to Pycan. We talk about Thompson so much, but between the timing when he took out that shrine, his movements around these fights, and knowing when to engage and when to disengage.
I'm just an idiot, by the way. I was saying Thompson that whole time. I met Pycat. He was playing the anime down. Okay, sorry,
right. Well, now speaking of Pycat, he's on the wrong side of the fight. We praise him, but now he's left his team behind. Seb's going to go down. The disarm is there on Huskar, though. Jason on a no tail. Ace will think twice that BKB's run out. Cat controlled up on the back foot, but now the Will-O-Wisp is down. Jerax on point with his 33. He can't escape though. He's trying to get out Power Strike used just to try and run away. There's Shallow Grave there, but when he comes down, can he move? Primal Roar on the Ace. He can't get away. They don't have the Shallow Grave anymore. Now chasing for PBD. He might be going down. Cat trying to move through. The disarm comes out. Life Break across down to half HP. Sparta trying to fight up against it. They're going to try and turn around. The Power Strike connects on it too. Can they give it the animation? Yes, they get down. Thompson needs to cheat. He's going to stand his ground. Both coming through. They're going to get both buff up. Sparta forced to fight. Disarm, he can't. Shallow Grave, he just stands there though, realizing he can't attack onto them. On the back foot, Torrent coming through, stolen both going in. Thompson does dodge it. Power Strike on the side, connects on the two. Jerax gonna push Sparta away. He's blinded once more. No Tail trying to kite him out, and Thompson trying to move across. As Cat still chasing and looking for Saxa. Saxa jukes him out and steals the blink. Will escape on the side though. Sparta left behind. He tries to buy as much time as he can. But will he go down is the question. As he has got that armor, have they got the damage? Anti-Mage is now here, and it looks like this might be the end for him as he just gets ran straight through. And the Anti-Mage claims victory for his team in that fight.
Yeah, Thompson with the X there just in time.
Perfectly placed, and I gotta give credit Saxa. He bought as much time as possible there with the Anti-Mage. Balls of steel, but in the end, there's just too much control for this Huskar pick.
Well, there's too much control for the Huskar pick, and again, because the PA took so long to get to that BKB, she's nowhere near her next item. You know, the minute her BKB is down in these fights, she's very, very squishy. I mean, she can go on Thompson and just tickles.
Oh, well, they're going on Thompson now. The buyback from Huskar going to chase through, and he has the boat though. He can throw it out whenever he wants. His arm onto the PA, who still has the BKB. Will force it out of her there. She's going to keep on chasing through. They're looking for a kill on the Jerax, but this is a lot committed to try and find a Cold kill, and he's going to TP out. No!
Oh.
So close. The Forest Strike just in time. But that's a consolation prize. For your buyback on a Huskar, you get the POS 4, and that is it.
Yeah, and you can see the economy damage. 15k now on the side of OG, and they are leaving behind these supports. OG and Jerax. No Tail and Jerax. English, God,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Lambs in so many of these engagements, but that's absolutely fine. Goodness gracious.
You're not wrong. They are all OG members.
I mean, I know, like, it is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I know all of these guys.
You know what it is? You are just speechless from the amazing builds and amazing plays, the way that OG is juggling these fights now. That's what it is.
Let's go with that hint I've just told. Anyway. Oh,
also, things are going to get rough for NIP with these talents starting to come online. You look at Thompson, he's almost to 25.
Well,
and
that's the tool, though, you talk about Thompson, that NIP has needed all along to deal with this. The MKB coming out from Huskar here, I think that's going to allow them. Thompson is no longer going to feel functionally immortal in most of these fights. But again, the Huskar alone, it's so easy now to focus on him, especially if the MKB's down. Double MKBs in the next fight for NIP.
They are gonna need it here. The primary focus has to be a way of eliminating this anti-mage. He does at least not have an Aegis anymore. But, well, actually you can see now he's gonna start building that Abyssal Blade. He will get a decent amount of health out of that. It's a little bit of a scary boy at that stage. Around 2k HP, all that magic resistance. He did go for the Mana Void cooldown talent, as we usually see. I feel like we see this more than we see the magic resistance. Especially if you're going to build a BKB, it seems very futile.
And OG actually know that they can afford to be fairly conservative here. Right? I mean, they've got the double MKB gives NIP a bit of a power spike, but NIP has to play in vision. The lanes are their side of the map, so they're gonna OG are gonna have plenty of time to know about this. You know, they can afford to be patient now and take the fights on their own terms.
NIP, they're feeling a little bit impatient. They're prepping for a fight here, but you can already see OG stacking around Cat as they know that's the one they can't afford to ever lose. Especially considering how much gold he give up at this stage. He's almost up to... At this rate, you give up like another 2-3 minutes to have 30k net worth. A very rich boy.
He is, and you know, ordinarily one of the bright spots that we'd start talking about is that AM is at his peak right now. But it doesn't feel like, you know, the Huskar is going to fall off just natively into the late game, and this PA has not been able to sustain the kind of farm on her side of the map that she's going to be able to scale, get close to this anti-mage anytime soon.
Yeah, this is always a catch for anti-mage, as he gets at least an item ahead of his opponents and overwhelms them, and he is definitely ahead of his opponents The core rolls on the other side.
I mean,
Look at this move going in.
Walk right up the 5.
Seb trying to move in. BKB out from Ace. BKB used by Pycat. They need to get rid of Dazzle first and they identify it. All of a sudden, NIP, do they want to fight? I wouldn't advise it here, but they can chase through 33. The buyback comes out from PPD. They're going to chase him 33. Forest straight down the low ground. There's another blink with the cooldown. They don't want to catch through. There's the boat. BKB gets forced out from Thompson. Disarm does go out onto the Husker in the meantime. Fighter holding on his BKB as long as he can. How can they do enough? Thompson needs to be careful. Primer on the back, but onto the Dazzle. They need to get damage. They can't. They get shredded through as the PA gets through the Beastmaster. Thompson getting low. He might be going down here. He's going to tick out to the burns. Gets caught, in fact, by the inner fire. And on the back foot, Animage continue to chase, but can he do enough? Disarm Primer Roll that was stolen. Animage in trouble, forced up to try and get him away. Fire strike through. They've got him. Podcast down. And now the epicenter to celebrate as they move across, looking for the killer set. He's been left behind. He's got the Ghost Scepter, but he'll be slowed by the dagger still. And he knows he's not leaving this one. At least not alive.
Brilliant fight on the side of NIP, and OG maybe underestimating slightly the power spike that those double MKBs were going to provide. Nice engagement there as you know, that fight started with Pycat sort of seeing Fata and going, I don't know about this. And the engagement was happening above them.
And I really like what I'm looking at here is the big thing that I was waiting to see is Kunkka getting that level 25 boat talent. He didn't go for it, and you saw the effects. As soon as the boat buff ran out, he's in trouble. I don't disagree with him taking the Tidebringer talent, because I see what he's doing here. With the AC plus now into the Daedalus, his contribution in terms of physical damage this fight is insane. But this doesn't mean that you have to finish the fight so quickly, and NIP are very good at playing you out.
Yeah, it's that and the fact that OG, I imagine, thought that they were going to just be able to have complete lane control and finish this game methodically.
Now things get a little bit out of control.
Potential, but man, NIP go through buildings fast. This is
as they're proven. They may leave the range racks behind, but the melee racks is the damage they were looking for. They're going to be composed about this. They know the anti-mage likely has buyback, and if you push too hard.
To the Animage and Kunkka respawns there.
I have to.
Pinging the Roche pit, but we're still a little ways off, guys.
They might find Kunkka. He's TPing out Thompson. Mistakes may be made here. They're going to move in. BKB gets Fortis Armor's there. And Ace will just TP away, but he won't be able to get the Primal Roar and the Lasso just to ensure the kill to the PA because they know Roche is coming up soon as well. Moving through looking for more, but they won't find her.
So greedy of NIP to go for that kill there in the dire jungle.
Yeah, next to a shrine when you know they've got to be coming up their base. I mean, this is the typical behavior. Once you respawn, everyone's up, and you're still ahead like this, you tend to just rush out of the base and look for the pickoff on the retreat.
I mean, it's hard, right? We may not be being completely fair to the side of NIP because you know that you're getting outscaled by this lineup of OG. Ace is not going to just single-handedly farm you back into this game, and your Husker is going to fall off. So there is the impetus on you to make a play, and a pickoff of Thompson there when he just respawned would be huge. But that's still awfully optimistic. You have to be, like you said, they know what's going on with Roshan. They know that OG is going to be forming up to at least control that part of the map, if not actively just kill the Roche right when it spawns. So it's a very optimistic kill attempt.
I do like how NIP tends to read around the Roche scenario pretty well. Because of this Beastmaster pick, OG know exactly when it's happening. So what you wait to see is for OG to just stop pushing with the Anti-Mage and for Colt to not be illuminating waves. As soon as that happens, you know it's up. So NIP, they can react very quickly to the Roshans as we've seen. They're going to need to as well, because this one is going to be crucial. You're already a lane down. You're missing a second tier 3 tower. If NIP lose a fight around that Roche pit, well, they give over the Aegis for free, they could easily lose their entire base.
Again, it's a game of positioning and map control at this point, because a 6K net worth lead for OG at this stage of the game is not significant, especially when you've got heroes like PA and like Husker that just, they do a lot with this gold. They don't need to be 6-slotted to be very fearsome in these fights. I like this Vlad's pickup though by the Sand King. That's even at this what a lot of people would say the later stages, right? It's 15% bonus attack damage, scales by percentage.
And they need it on their side. You can actually see Ace when he goes in these fights is all in. He'll have the Shallow Grave to back him up, but he has no way to heal up right now.
And just a little bit to offset the minus armor.
There you go, 33. He actually pinged straight away. He says, Roach, they're going. The problem is, it's so fast. You can't stop this at all.
Oh,
I mean,
about double coddle, ult, double lash.
Oh, yes. Double Primal Roar. There's so many options available to them. And it should also be pointed out about this Primal Roaring Man Beastmaster. They've prioritized a lot of XP on him because they want that 25 talent. Get that in a beast attack speed, and you just shred through their team.
Yeah. Huskers, you know, PA's BKB is long since down to 5 seconds. Huskers still has 7 seconds left, but this double coddle ult, I mean, if you don't have the heroes in position to deal with it, it's going to lock down both of your cores.
Absolutely. That's always been the focus here for OG, though. This lockdown factor to make sure no matter how many items you chunk onto this PA on this Huskar doesn't matter. And Huskar going in tops with the BKB is going to be fine. The boat comes through straight away without hesitation. 33, linger around the Sandstorm, blinks up to the high ground. This arm is there on the back foot going in with the Abyssal. That's already gone to the anime. Moving forward, looking for more. BKB comes out from Huskar, moving across the Jarrett, goes set to protect on the Primal Roar as well. They're cutting him out now. The last two on the 33 as well. They're going to move across the damage from anyway. With the TD, he just does too much. He's going to move in and finish off Huskar as well. The buybacks do nothing, and they're going to find PA.
No respect for human life.
DDs, folks. He's got an ultra kill. You want to give him a rampage because he's ready to take one.
I mean, does the racks count? Because he'll take that too.
What a time to be alive. Runes. Aren't they effective?
Runes. Where's my man Bulldog? Yeah, that's just absolutely disgusting. I mean, both supports are dead before you blink an eye.
Runes, runes, runes turns you from gods to buffoons. And now 33, trying to be a god himself, moving. Top to take a little bit of damage, they're going to push away. Huskar doesn't want to fight right now in the epicenter. It doesn't matter, 33 is here against his will. The boat's coming through. Fada has to sidestep it, which means 33 is pretty deep on the back foot though. They're going to find a pick off Ace. He went balls against the walls and he pays the price. 33 seen now, they should be able to run him down. You have to buy a little bit of time, trying to move away with the Barrow Strike blink. Can he get it? Nope, won't blink from this. They're already on top of you. The last two as well. They found the Huskar. Fada will actually be protected by the X. A little bit misplay. But it doesn't matter. Ace is dead. Where the hell is your damage down the side of NIP? OG, they are looking to finish this. Primal Roar comes down to Sanking. Moving in, Shallow Grave's going to be there. But Pycat still so unstoppable. The inner fire does disarm him. The disarm return. BKB from Fada. Go, whoopsie, I should have activated this first of all. The Abyssal's going to be there trying to move away. Shallow Grave's on him, but you're prone. Your prone cannot have that sort of protection. It's going to be ran down and finished off. Game one, OG take it.
I have to say the common thread between the last series that we cast of OGs yesterday and then today, this first game, the item builds of Thompson. You saw what happened him going that Shadowblade Orchid build on the Arc Warden yesterday, and in this game, I mean, he's forced out of lane from 2 or 3 minutes onward in this Kunky. He's farming his own, you know, walking back to Fountain, TPing back to Shrine to farm his own secondary jungle, but because of the stacking bracers, rushing Halberd into BKB build, Kunkka felt so beefy in these fights, using the run buff well from very early on into the game, buying OG just enough time to take the crucial engagements in the mid game. I mean, NIP have to be kicking themselves a little bit after this game. They were in great position to win this. They were in great position to win this one. But like I said, that jungle change and some of the other changes making outer towers a little bit more flimsy means there's that much less leeway on a snowbally lineup like NIP's when they're ahead. One mistake and that enemy team is able to farm up, take multiple objectives, and they're right back in it.